Hey everybody, hope you've all been doing good. It's been a while since I put out a video like this. It's been a while since I've actually put out any trip videos. Uh, Life has been quite busy, but we're back now, and I think I'm gonna put my shelter right here, set up my tarp, and have a nice little fire out front. So as some of you already know, the month of July was quite busy for me. I actually got married. Yeah, I'm a married man now. So for the past month, I wasn't able to get out and camp at all. I was too busy with the final planning and preparing for the wedding. I was able to get out for a couple day trips and scout some new areas, which is how I actually found this area. I'm camping next to this beautiful river, and I'm planning on just having a nice, relaxing trip. We're gonna cook up some tasty meals, do a little bit of carving, and just enjoy some time in the outdoors. Well, that should do. So now that we got our tarp up, bed made, next thing is to get our food into a cooler. I think the easiest way to keep your food cool on these types of trips is to put it into a plastic bag or a dry bag and submerge it in a river or stream or some type of cold water. The only issue is that you don't always have the luxury of camping beside a body of water. So I'm going to show you another way that I use to keep my food cool on these trips. It's pretty simple. You just dig a hole about a foot down into the ground, and in this case it's kind of a sandy area and the ground is already slightly moist. If the ground was fairly dry, you'd want to pour some water in just to moisten the soil on the inside of the hole. You don't want there to actually be standing water in it, but just enough to dampen the inside of the hole. And I like to put a rock in the bottom just to keep my food up off the ground so that insects are less likely to crawl through it and eat it. And then you just put your food in the hole and cover the top with a big rock or log or something that will keep the hole closed and keep the sunlight out. So how this works is the ground's already fairly cool, and when you moisten the inside of the hole, as the water evaporates, it draws heat away from your food. Well, mosquitoes are starting to come out and they're getting pretty bad, so I should probably start a fire and get some smoke going through here. And I can also cook up some food. I think I'm gonna go for a bow drill fire today. It's been quite a while since I've done one, but I've got lots of time, so we'll mess around with it and see what we can make happen. Alright, so the components here, the baseboard is made from a piece of white spruce driftwood that's nice and dry, and the spindle is made from a piece of dead and dry willow. So some of you may notice that I'm no longer using my Mora carbon steel. I've made the switch to a new knife called the Hele Sigmund. This knife was actually gifted to me by a really good friend of mine named Harlan, who was also the best man at my wedding. And this is what he got me as a wedding present. This is probably the nicest knife that I have ever owned, and so far it has been an absolute pleasure to use. I'm looking forward to the years and years of use that I'll get out of it. So a special thanks out to Harlan for an amazing gift. So I do my bow drill sets a little bit different than most people. I build my set, do the burn-in, carve the notch, and then I go get my tinder bundle. I just find that if I take that break in between the burn-in and trying for an ember that I have a lot higher success rate because I give my shoulders and arms a rest from bowing. So this tinder bundle consists of the inner bark of black cottonwood, as well as some dead dry stalks from yarrow. So I'm getting ready to cook dinner here. To prep the fire, I think I'm going to throw on a bunch of that black cottonwood bark just to put on the fire and build up a nice bed of coals. It creates coals a lot better than this driftwood does. So while that burns down, we'll start prepping our food. For dinner, we're having fried steak cutlets with fried potato wedges. let's see how we did. Those cutlets are good. Well, it ain't pretty, and it's pretty much just a mini spatula, but it should do the trick. Should be able to eat my breakfast tomorrow. It's gonna be good. So, nothing to do now besides sit back, put on a pot of tea while I was carving, so got myself some nice black tea to drink while I sit next to the fire and wait for the sun to go down. It has been a good day. I decided to build a little fire ring right in front of my shelter. I'm gonna carry some of these coals from this fire over to my shelter, and then that way throughout the night I won't have to wake up, get my boots on, come out here, throw more wood on, go back to bed. I'll just be able to reach out for my blankets and throw another log on and then go back to bed. So this is what my night is going to entail. Sitting outside in the middle of nowhere, next to a nice warm fire, drinking some tea. Doesn't get much better than this. What a great sleep I just had. I only woke up once to throw more wood on my fire, and the rest of the night I just slept like a rock. Got my fire that's away from my shelter, started up again, and went and washed up in the stream. What a good night. Very pleasant. I think what I'm going to do now is go get more of that black cottonwood bark so I can throw it on the fire, build up a nice coal bed, and get to cooking me some breakfast. I'm excited for this. That is too good. I call it the Bushman pancake. I don't know if this has ever been done before. I've never seen it done, so. Sure tastes awesome though. Mm. Whew. That was one heck of a meal. Just gonna sit here, enjoy some tea, wait for the fire to die down, relax a little bit, and then I'll take down my camp and get this place back to looking how I found it. Well folks, that's it for me. Thank you for watching and happy trails.